Welcome back to God's Truth Daily, and let's see today's verse. Today's verse is Matthew 19:26. This verse says, Jesus looked at them intently and said, humanly speaking, it is impossible, but with God, everything is possible. So this verse is saying that everything is possible with God. Everything is possible with God. Let's go back to Matthew 19:25, the verse before this one. It says, the disciples were astounded. Then who in the world can be saved? They asked. The verse before this, Matthew 19:24, is when Jesus explains that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God. Jesus told his disciples this, that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for the rich person to enter the kingdom of God. Right before he said this, Jesus encountered a rich young man. And the man told him, I have obeyed all the 10 commandments. And he also asked Jesus, what else must I do? And then Jesus told him, go sell all your possessions, give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come follow me. But the young man, because he was rich, he had a lot. He went away sad, for he had many possessions. And then Jesus says, I tell you the truth, it is very hard for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God. I'll say it again, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God. So then the disciples were astounded. They were astounded. And they asked Jesus, then who in the world can be saved? And this is where we are now. Jesus looked at them intently, and he said, humanly speaking, it is impossible, but with God, everything is possible. Humanly speaking, it is impossible for us to get into the kingdom of God. It is impossible for us to be saved. Isaiah 64:5. We are constant sinners, it says in that verse. We are constant sinners. How can we be saved? Well, Jesus says here that humanly speaking, it is impossible for us to be saved to enter the kingdom of God. But with God, everything is possible. God has allowed us to be saved, even when it's impossible for us, humanly speaking. With God, everything is possible. We can be saved even though we're constant sinners. Even though it's impossible for us as humans. We can be saved through God, because with God, everything is possible. But without God, humanly speaking, it is impossible to be saved. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God. It's impossible for us to be saved because we are constant sinners. How can we be saved? With God, everything is possible. That's how. With God, that's how we can be saved. With God, everything is possible, even though humanly speaking, it's impossible for us to be saved. With God, everything is possible, including salvation. Salvation through God. With God, He gives us salvation because everything is possible with God. Thank you so much for watching this video. This verse was Matthew 19:26, and it says, Jesus looked at them intently and said, humanly speaking, it is impossible, but with God, everything is possible. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more verses Monday through Friday. And turn on those post notifications while you're at it to be notified when those videos do get uploaded. Like I said, Monday through Friday. Here's a little clip on how to turn on your post notifications. And I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.